Welcome to episode number 3 of Custom Keyboard Creations. This is the online series dedicated to showcasing unique community-built keyboards. From budgeted first build customs to insane endgame one-ofs, you'll see it all here on CKC. Go ahead and vote for your favorite board down below because whoever's got the hottest board wins the episode and the giveaway. My name is Keyboard Tony, and once again, I welcome you to enjoy this episode of Custom Keyboard Creations. Episode 2 of CKC featured some fierce competition. We had a custom macro pad, we had an Apple-themed 60% board. However, the people have spoken, so congratulations Succulent Dan on winning episode number 2 with your all-natural looking Tokyo60 board. So today expect nothing less because we've got 5 more fierce competitors boasting their gorgeous builds for you fine enthusiasts to judge. And as always, I did hook up a little bit of a prize for the winner here. I went over to the Key.company and picked up a couple of gift cards for the winner, so I hope you guys are excited about competing for that. And speaking of competition, today we've got Ben, Christopher Prez, Jinxu, Ophitone, and Dunne stepping up to the plate to show off their custom builds. So without further ado, let's jump right on into the action and get started with these keyboard reviews.
First up, we've got Ben, who's also known as Cartoon91 on his Badass Tech and Keyboard YouTube channel. Today he's sharing with us his gorgeous Polaris 60% keyboard that's used primarily for productivity and also for some gaming action. He's got the space gray Win keyless case engineered by AIO3 and Kevin Plus. This was a sub $300 incredibly high quality gasket mounted group buy. This case also comes with an incredibly flush brass weight with a satisfying engraving hosted on the bottom. Packed inside that gorgeous space gray case is a full brass backplate which adds to the deep typing sound. A total of 18 gaskets hold the plate and 1.2mm PCB in place firmly. And there's even 2 additional foam layers in between the PCB and the backplate and in between the PCB and the case to help dampen any potential rattling. The switches Ben used here are the Gatoron black inks with that sweet smoky transparent housing. This is a linear switch with a 60-gram actuation force and 70-gram bottom out. He cut no corners here because these switches are lubed with that famous Krytox 205G0 and he even filmed them with Kibo films. To match the switches, Ben chose to install some screw-in Everglide smoky gray stabs, which he also looped up as well. Moving on to the keycaps, I don't think Ben could have made a better choice here. He picked up some of the exclusive 8008 keycaps from Dixie Mech, and these babies legitimately just match so well with this entire setup from the case to the coiled cable, even down to his mat. I think he did a great job here. Speaking of his coiled cable, he picked up this USB-C from Spastic Cables, so go check them out for high quality cables. Thanks so much for entering, Ben. At this point, I'm just gonna shut up because I'm pretty sure everybody just wants to hear this baby roar. Next up, we've got a first custom build from Christopher Prez, who truly spared no expense on this build, and since the creation of this beauty, he's already began working on his second and third builds. This is the RAMA Koyu 65% case in the Moon colorway, and it has that sleek, gray, anodized aluminum finish. The backplate is integrated into this top mount case design, and it's got a very firm and stable fitment. The PCB designed for this case features some really clean surface mounted RGB LEDs that shine gloriously through Chris's clear switches. Speaking of switches, featured here we have the Zeal Rose Leo 67-gram silent linear switches. I know Chris commented on bringing this board to work, so these switches do a great job at allowing him to do so. He also went with the Zeal gold-plated clear screw-in stabilizers for those extended keys. Of course, Chris spared no expense, but he also cut no corners on this build because he lubed his switches with Krytox 205G0 and filmed them as well. So this is yet another perfect implementation of this gorgeous 8008 double-shot ABS cherry-style GMK keycap set. Chris also did mention that he has the 8008 desk mat and cable to match this to complete that look. So right now I've got to be extra quiet if we want to hear these Zeal silent linears go to work, so here we go. Jake is an amazing photographer, and he's also got a very delightful and rare Tokyo60 version 1. What's particularly unique about his Tokyo60 is that brilliant rose gold finish. This colorway was only available back during the original version 1 group buy and has a low manufacturer count. This high profile case is a Win keyless 60% that's top mounted with an integrated backplate. Inside that Tokyo60 V1 PCB are some GMK screw-in stabs, next to a couple of smoky Gateron black inks, pink accented keycaps in the form of GMK Olivia paired with the light base makes for a beautiful composition that brings out the best in this rare Tokyo60. These caps are made with double shot ABS, but the last group buy for these was in December of last year. This case is also dampened with some foam liner that helps create a better sound. It's about time we hear this dainty keyboard dance. Next up, we've got Ophitone with his Gamer's Paradise 65% board. He uses this board a lot to game on, and he also uploads some action to his YouTube channel too. This is an acrylic Tofu 65 by KBD Fans that offers some pretty clean LED diffusion. To match the case, he's picked up the polycarbonate backplate that supports the board. This sharp case also has a really nice brass weight on the back with the KBD engravings on it, and hidden away behind that high profile case design is where all the magic happens. Ophitone has a very unique typing experience here because he's utilizing different switches that he had. His base typing experience is led by the notoriously smooth Gateron Milky Yellows. He wanted something a little bit heavier for the mods, so he put in some Gateron Ink Blacks because they're 10 grams heavier. On the right column, he went even bigger with the 67 gram version 2 Tangerines, and he did go a little bit lighter on the arrow keys with the Alpaca Recolor Triple F switches at 45 grams actuation. And there's only one single tactile switch on this board, and it's the Xylent V2 Silent Escape Key. These switches are all lubed up with Krytox 205G0, and he's filmed them with some TX films. For caps, he's got some cherry profile PBT black on white keycaps, and he's got a custom pink and white coiled cable. Without further ado, let's go ahead and hear the differences in the key presses. You guys might have to watch this one back a couple times because this is a really cool typing test. So Sean offers a new mechanical keyboard vendor and building service for the Vietnamese community. He's looking to branch out internationally one keyboard at a time to bring the community one bit closer. This is his recent client's KBD 75 V2 that Sean built for him very carefully. This is the popular KBD Fans KBD 75 version 2 with that sweet LED diffusion between the top and bottom housings. The blue aluminum high profile case contrasts nicely with the pink accents from the dark black keycaps. There's also a really neat red weight on the underside of this board to give it some extra heft. The PCB is housing some crisp Novelkeys creams that are properly lubed with Krytox 205G0. These creams are a linear switch with a 55 gram actuation force, Complementing this blue case is the Enjoy PBT Miami Nights keycap set. It's a quite retro looking keycap set and the colors pop with the LED accents provided by the case. Sean also fulfilled his client's every request by customizing the keyboard's configuration with QMK and VIA specifically to how he wanted it. This board was built by a pro, tailored for his client. So let's see how this typing experience is.
Well, that's going to do it here for episode number 3 of Custom Keyboard Creations. If you saw a keyboard that you especially liked here in this episode, go ahead and check out the description and click on the straw poll link to vote, and make sure you show that person some love down in the comments below. And if you're somebody who wants to get your keyboard featured here on the show, there's also a video made especially for you, also linked in the description. I wanted to thank everybody for coming on out here today to check this episode of CKC out, and a special thank you to those of you submitting keyboards to be reviewed. Because of you guys, I'm able to personally learn so much more about this awesome hobby that we have here, and I'm able to help everybody get some awareness about what's going on out there. So for now, I'm going to be signing off, guys. I'm your host here on CKC, Keyboard Warrior Tony, and I hope to see you soon.